New York was already preparing for another massive US Open, but something unexpected happened before the main singles draw had even begun. The spotlight suddenly shifted toward a 21-year-old Filipina rising star and the Canadian powerhouse standing beside her. Eala and Felix are preparing to make their mixed doubles debut together at the 2026 US Open, and the excitement surrounding their partnership has become one of the biggest stories of Fan Week. What makes this pairing so fascinating is not simply the names involved. It is the combination of Eala's rapidly growing Filipino following, Eala's established status on the ATP Tour, and a radically redesigned mixed doubles event that has transformed the normally overlooked opening days of the tournament into a major attraction. The official US Open has described Eala and Eala as two universally adored talents joining forces in New York, while the tournament has confirmed that they received a wild card into the 16-team main draw. Eala enters this moment after a breakthrough season that has already changed the perception of Philippine tennis. She became the first Filipina to win a WTA singles title when she captured the Washington, D.C. tournament earlier this month, and the US Open now lists her among the players to watch at this year's event. That rise explains why every appearance from Eala now carries a different atmosphere. She is no longer simply a promising young player trying to establish herself. She has become a national sporting figure whose matches attract passionate Filipino supporters wherever she goes. Her US Open story is especially meaningful because Flushing Meadows is already part of her history. In 2022, Eala won the US Open Girls Singles Championship, becoming a Junior Grand Slam champion in New York. 4 years later, she returns as one of the biggest attractions of Fan Week and as a player competing on the biggest stage of professional tennis. The transformation is remarkable. The teenager who once arrived in New York chasing a junior title is now walking into the same tournament as a WTA champion, a highly ranked singles player, a mixed doubles wildcard, and one half of a partnership that fans have been waiting to see. And then there is Felix Auger-Aliassime. The Canadian is not entering this partnership as a newcomer to pressure. He is a two-time US Open singles semi-finalist and won an Olympic bronze medal in mixed doubles with Gabriela Dabrowski at Paris 2024. Yet even for a player with that resume, partnering Eala presents something completely different. Auger-Aliassime has openly acknowledged the unique energy surrounding his new teammate, explaining that he was interested in experiencing what has been described as the Eala effect. He joked about the fact that Eala is younger than him while still carrying such a powerful fan base, saying that she is capable of carrying the crowd. That comment reveals something important. Auger-Aliassime understands that this partnership will not be played in an ordinary atmosphere. The excitement is also helped by a connection that existed before this partnership was announced. Both players have ties to the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca. Eala spent important developmental years training there, while Auger-Aliassime worked with Tony Nadal as part of his coaching team. That shared background gives them a natural connection, even though this will be their first partnership in mixed doubles at a Grand Slam. Their chemistry will now be tested under an entirely different kind of pressure, because the new US Open mixed doubles format is designed to create short, explosive matches where there is almost no time to recover from a slow start. The tournament has deliberately moved mixed doubles into Fan Week, allowing the event to showcase some of the biggest stars in tennis before the traditional singles competition begins. Instead of asking fans to wait until the main draw for blockbuster names, the US Open has turned the opening days into an attraction of their own. This year, 16 teams will compete in the main draw, with names including Novak Djokovic and Aryna Sabalenka, Serena Williams and Carlos Alcaraz, Jessica Pegula and Taylor Fritz, Leylah Fernandez and Frances Tiafoe, and defending champions Sara Errani and Andrea Vavasori. Eala and Auger-Aliassime are part of that extraordinary lineup, which means their debut is automatically surrounded by some of the biggest personalities in tennis. The format itself is another reason the event has generated so much attention. The US Open introduced a reimagined mixed doubles competition in 2025. And the tournament says the revamped event produced record-breaking success and earned Sports Business Journal's Sports Breakthrough of the Year award. The changes were designed to make the competition faster, more accessible, and more entertaining. The main draw is concentrated into a short period during Fan Week, while qualifying has also been added in 2026. The main draw matches use a compressed format, with a 10-point match tiebreak serving as the deciding third set when necessary. That means players cannot afford to settle slowly into the contest. Every return, every volley, every short ball, and every tactical decision can have an immediate consequence. For Eala, that style could be particularly intriguing. Her left-handed game, athletic movement, aggressive shot-making, and growing confidence make her an exciting doubles player, while Eala brings power, serving ability, court coverage, and experience in high-pressure environments. Mixed doubles also demands something singles cannot always provide: instant communication. Players must understand where their partner is moving, recognize when to attack, protect the middle, communicate on serves and returns, and remain calm when points become chaotic. In a shortened format, that understanding becomes even more valuable. The question is not whether Eala and Eala have enough talent. They clearly do. The question is whether they can convert that talent into chemistry quickly enough to survive a field packed with elite players. Their first-round opponent makes that challenge even more interesting. The draw has placed Eala and Eala against Alina Svitolina and Gael Monfils, the husband and wife pairing that brings its own combination of experience, athleticism, and star power. Svitolina and Monfils are not simply a recognizable couple. Both have spent years competing at the highest levels of professional tennis. They know how to handle pressure, and their contrasting styles could create problems for the Filipino-Canadian team. The winner of that matchup could then face an even bigger challenge. The official draw places the potential quarterfinal path toward either top seeds Sabalenka and Djokovic or Fernandez and Francis Tiafoe. Sabalenka and Djokovic are the number 1 seeds, while Fernandez and Tiafoe are another high-profile wildcard team. In other words, Eala and Eala do not have the luxury of easing into the tournament. If they advance, the road becomes dramatically harder. Yet the biggest story may not be the draw at all. It may be what happens around the court. The revamped mixed doubles event has already proved that fans are willing to show up before the traditional US Open singles competition begins. According to the New York Post, last year's 6-day fan week attracted 239,307 fans, a 10% increase from 2024, while the 2-day mixed doubles event sold out. The tournament's decision to move mixed doubles into Fan Week has therefore done more than change the schedule. It has changed the way fans experience the entire beginning of the US Open. The atmosphere around Eala is especially significant because her supporters have followed her across countries and tournaments. Her coach Joan Bosch has previously described how surprised the team has been by the scale of the Filipino support, recalling seeing Filipino fans traveling to follow Eala during the North American swing. That kind of loyalty creates an unusual situation for a young player. The crowd can become part of the story before the first ball is struck. Eala has experienced that support in Canada, Washington, and other tournaments, but New York could take it to another level because of the size and importance of the US Open stage. Eala has already noticed what that support means. His comments about the Eala effect were not simply a joke about crowd noise. They reflected the reality that Eala has developed a fan base capable of changing the emotional temperature of a match. For Eala, that could become an advantage. Doubles players often feed off momentum, and when a stadium becomes loud after a big point, the energy can influence the next game. If Eala begins firing winners and the Filipino section responds with chants and flags, Eala could find himself playing with an atmosphere he has rarely experienced in mixed doubles. At the same time, that attention creates another challenge for Eala. Expectations are growing rapidly. When a player becomes a national sporting symbol, every match can feel larger than the scoreboard. A loss can become a disappointment for thousands of supporters, while a victory can become a celebration far beyond the stadium. Eala has repeatedly shown an ability to remain composed, but New York will test that quality again. Her approach is refreshingly simple. She has spoken about going with the flow and focusing on what she has to do once she steps onto the court. That mentality could be exactly what she needs in a week filled with distractions, cameras, interviews, exhibitions, and enormous expectations. The mixed doubles tournament is only one part of her US Open schedule. Eala is also expected to compete in the Stars of the Open exhibition on Thursday, August 27th, where she will play alongside Iva Jovic, Joao Fonseca and Lerner Tien. The exhibition is scheduled for Arthur Ashe Stadium and is another sign of how much attention the tournament now places on Eala. The official US Open has specifically highlighted her popularity and the ability of both Eala and Fonseca to draw massive crowds. Then comes the main event. Eala will enter the women's singles competition carrying the confidence of a player who has already achieved a major career milestone this summer. Her Washington title was not just a trophy. It was proof that she could handle the final stages of a WTA tournament and win when the pressure became enormous. The US Open will ask a different question. Can she reproduce that level against the deepest field in tennis? Her previous history in New York suggests she will not be intimidated by the surroundings. She has already won on these courts as a junior, and she became the first player from the Philippines to win a Grand Slam singles match in the Open era when she advanced in New York last year. That history makes the 2026 US Open feel less like a beginning and more like the next chapter of a rapidly accelerating career. The mixed doubles partnership with Auger Aliassime adds another layer. It gives Eala the opportunity to compete alongside an established ATP star, learn from another elite player, and experience pressure from a different perspective. For Auger Aliassime, it is a chance to compete in a format he already knows from Olympic experience while discovering what happens when he shares a court with one of the most rapidly rising young stars in women's tennis. There is also the financial incentive. The 2026 US Open mixed doubles champion will receive $1 million per team, with $500,000 for the runner-up and $250,000 for semifinalists. The first round is worth $40,000 per team, while the tournament's total mixed doubles prize pool is listed at $2.88 million. That is a major increase in significance for an event that historically received far less attention than singles. But money is only one part of why this tournament feels different. The bigger prize is exposure. A player who performs well in this format can reach fans who might not normally watch mixed doubles. For Eala, that could mean another huge audience discovering her personality, competitiveness, and talent before the singles tournament even begins. For Auger Aliassime, it could mean becoming part of one of the most talked about partnerships of Fan Week. And for the US Open, it represents a successful experiment in turning the days before the main draw into a genuine tennis spectacle. The numbers from the broader event support that strategy. The tournament has expanded Fan Week into a major attraction featuring practices, qualifying, exhibitions, cultural events, and premium matches. The official US Open says Fan Week runs from August 23rd through August 29th, with free grounds admission available through its Fan Access Pass, while the Mixed Doubles Championship has become one of the signature ticketed attractions. So when Eala and Auger Aliassime walk onto the court, they will not simply be starting another doubles match. They will be entering an environment that has been deliberately built for moments like this. The crowd will want entertainment. The players will want to win. The tournament wants a spectacle. And Eala's supporters want to see their star create another historic moment in New York. That combination could produce something unforgettable. The fascinating part is that nobody knows exactly how far the partnership can go. They have never played a Grand Slam mixed doubles match together. Their opponents are experienced. The format leaves almost no room for hesitation. And the potential quarterfinal route could bring them face-to-face with Djokovic and Sabalenka, two of the biggest names in the sport. Yet that uncertainty is precisely what makes the story so compelling. If Eala and Auger Aliassime click immediately, the crowd could become a weapon. If they struggle early, the shortened format could make recovery extremely difficult. If they reach the quarterfinals, the spotlight will become enormous. And if they somehow defeat another superstar pairing and move deeper into the tournament, the Eala effect could become one of the defining stories of the entire opening week. There is also something symbolic about Eala returning to the site where her professional journey began to capture global attention. New York gave her a junior Grand Slam title in 2022. Now it is giving her an entirely different stage. She arrives not as an unknown teenager but as a WTA champion, a national hero, a rising top 30 player and one of the most anticipated attractions of Fan Week. Her partnership with Eala is therefore about much more than mixed doubles. It represents how quickly tennis careers can change when talent meets confidence, opportunity, and an audience hungry for someone new to believe in. The US Open has already embraced that evolution. The revamped mixed doubles event has brought together champions, legends, rising stars, and unexpected partnerships in a format designed for maximum drama. Eala and fit that vision perfectly. They are young, recognizable, internationally popular, and surrounded by genuine curiosity. The only thing missing is the first point. Soon, the questions will disappear and the tennis will begin. Will Eala's explosive rise continue in the stadium where she first made history? Can use his power and experience to complement her creativity and speed? Can they survive Svitolina and Monfils? And if they do, are they capable of challenging Djokovic and Sabalenka? Nobody can answer those questions yet. But that is exactly why New York is watching. The US Open has turned mixed doubles into an event capable of creating its own headlines, and Eala and have become one of its most intriguing stories. Before Eala even steps into the singles draw, she has already become one of the faces of Fan Week. Now the court gets to decide whether the hype becomes history. And if the first few days of the 2026 US Open are any indication, the Eala effect is only getting started.